Listen to the people. Listen to humanity. Listen to the parrot. Parrot TV. Parrot TV. Parrot TV. Parrot TV. Parrot TV. Listen to the people. Listen to humanity. Listen to the parrot. Parrot TV. Parrot TV. Parrot TV. Parrot TV. Parrot TV. Listen to the people. Listen to humanity. Listen to the parrot. Parrot TV. 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 Parrot TV.
Undoubtedly, Africa is the best tourism destination on Earth. The continent is blessed with the most conducive atmosphere. To feel and enjoy these blessings, join the most productive one-week tour of the continent organized by Daylight Africa every September 2nd to September 9th to see beyond the fallacies about Africa on the mainstream media. Contact us at daylightafrica@gmail.com or call 718-822-5555. Daylight Africa. Revolutionizing tourism industries in Africa.
Hello, welcome to World Inkers Network. I am Dustin Pickering, your noble and honest host. Today, our guest is Amirat Ali. She's a poet born on the 25th of December 2011, and she is from Niger State in Nigeria. She is an 8th grader who currently attends ECWA group of schools, a high school in Ondo State, Nigeria. She lives with her parents, Mr. and Mrs. Ali. Amirat is a lover of poetry who loves reading and reciting poetry. So thanks for joining us on the show today. I'm going to bring you on, and it's wonderful to have you on the program today. Can you hear me? Okay.
Hello, Dustin.
Hi, it's nice to meet you, and hopefully Liz will be able to join us pretty soon. She had some network issues, but we're going to continue with the show, and I'm going to go ahead and start with our first question, which we prepared these questions ahead of time. So let's get started. So, what draws you to writing, and how do you feel when you write? Go ahead and you can answer. Can you hear me okay?
Okay. I was introduced to writing. Yes. I was introduced to writing by my mentor, who has really inspired me. She explained to me that poetry was an interesting journal of literature. So I began to read poems written by certain poets like Madame Zanetta Vanado Jones, Madame Annette Tapley, Mr. Safars Ahmed, Madame Jill Sharon Kimmelman, Madame Maria Evelyn Quayla Saleta, and others. Their words were really beautiful, and my mentor encouraged me to begin.
So you were encouraged to write by Liz herself.
When I write, I always feel excited penning down my inspiration as it flows in, and I am always happy. I'm always happy to know that readers enjoy my work. Your love and support keeps inspiring me to do more. I would like to use this opportunity to thank my dad, mom, family, mentor, friends, and loved ones who have been so supportive for me. Thank you.
Wonderful. It's always wonderful to have supportive family who enjoy to your process of writing and reading
Are you
and
there?
teach you to. Yes, I'm. Can you hear me? Okay. So why do you write, and is there something specific you
Yeah,
like to convey in your work?
I didn't.
Why do you write, and is there something specific you like to convey in
Okay.
your work, in your writing?
Firstly, I write to express my feelings, thoughts, experience. Most importantly, I write because I really love literature, and someday I want to be a popular writer. As of now, I write whatever occurs to me and pass across important messages that inspire me. So I don't ask. Thank you.
Interesting. So, what medium do you prefer? Do you prefer poetry or prose?
Well, I love both poetry and prose, drama included. Although I am currently into poetry because I have the dreams of becoming a prose writer soon.
That's wonderful. Good luck. And so, what writers fascinate you from your own country, and what writers fascinate you from abroad? Can you hear me okay?
No, I can't really get what he's saying.
What writers do you
Please, can you
like
repeat
in
yourself?
Nigeria? Can, what writers do you enjoy from Nigeria, and what writers do you enjoy from other parts of the world to read?
Okay. From Nigeria, I enjoy Elizabeth O. Ogumodede's writing, Adetitu
Hmm.
Adeye's writing, Yemi Bello's writing, Emiloju Omoyemi Joskin writings. And from outside the country, I love the works of many writers abroad. I'm currently fascinated by Enid Blyton, whose work I'm currently reading.
Hmm.
I also love writers like Madame Zanetta Vanado Jones, Madame Jill Sharon Kimmelman,
Hmm.
Mr. Safraz Ahmed, Madame Anita Pauline Quilla Salater, and others.
Hmm. And we've interviewed some of those writers. I think we've interviewed all of them actually. What plans do you have for your writing?
Hmm. I wish and hope that all my writings and poems are published because as a writer, I can only be fulfilled when you see general audience reading your poem.
Hmm. Wonderful. I wish you best of luck on that. Does mentorship help you, and have you considered being a mentor yourself? Does mentorship help, and have you considered being a mentor yourself in writing?
Okay, for the first question, yes, it provides me with opportunities to be guided and gives me hope for better in doing more. I'm currently I'm glad to have a very supportive mentor who is always standing by me in order to help me achieve my goals. And for the other question, of learning, I mean, there is a whole lot of things which I need to learn, but it doesn't mean that I will not be able to share my little knowledge with other children if the need arises.
Hmm, that's wonderful. Share ability to share what you learn with other people. So, what ways do you think a writer can improve their style? And should we write for ourselves or a general audience?
I didn't really get that.
What ways can a writer improve their writing style? And should we write for ourselves or for a general audience?
Okay.
Did you catch it this time? Don't think I can hear you right now.
No, the other question I didn't.
What ways can a writer improve their style, their writing style?
Hello, I didn't really get what you were saying.
Okay, so let's try one more time. It's sometimes tricky, the networks and the internet connectivities and stuff. So, what ways can a writer improve their style? And should we write for ourselves or for a general audience?
Okay, now I get you.
Okay, great. Wonderful.
Okay, there is a saying. There is a saying that knowledge is power. I've always learned that one needs to their skill and style of writing because when you read the works of other brilliant writers, that a reader is a leader. Also, frequent research about writing has also helped me to improve my skill of writing. And for the other question, I write a genre for an audience because it makes me feel fulfilled as a writer. So I don't think writing for ourselves alone is the best option. I believe we should write for the audience. Thank you.
That's wonderful. So, what challenges do young people face in the contemporary world, and how can writing and authorship overcome them?
I didn't get what you were saying.
What challenges do young people face in the contemporary world, and how can writing and authorship overcome them? Are you still with us? Can you hear me? Can you hear me okay? I think we lost her. Hopefully, we'll get her back. I'm going to plug in a nice little segment here, an introductory segment. We've discussed Jill Sharon Kimmelman's work a little earlier. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play here with our segment here. I'm going to play a segment of Jill Sharon Kimmelman, Contemplation of a Phoenix in Flight for Annette Tarpley. So enjoy this momentary break. We'll be back.
Contemplation of a Phoenix in Flight for Annette. On the wings of doves you fly. In freedom you have found an extraordinary voice. Celebration of your journey's path is freedom defined. In the stillness of tranquility, your words returned. A whisper within your heart, at first you denied. Incessant, gentle nudges you avoided, until you could no more deny those words, in those impassioned pleas, then you could stop your heart from beating, your lungs from breathing, your pen from bleeding. Every brilliant word, crafted sonnets and stanzas, awaited, welcomed, inspiration accepted. Your declaration, drafted in tears while haunted by fears, now an affirmation of strangers everywhere. Celebrate freedom earned, blessings of lessons learned. Like the lotus, your greatest gifts grew greater in the ooze of mud. You are a magnificent phoenix with plumes of every hue, the grandest of dreams now yours to pursue. A vibrant blossom ablaze with fiery gems, your magical words. A beautiful phoenix soaring, tall, strong, proud, no doubt at all. Most magnificent of birds, most beautiful of all.
Good evening and welcome back, poetry lovers. It is IZM Wise, and here I am with another home recording just for you. Today I'm going to be reading an excerpt from Canto 1 of The Haitiade. His heart burned but for glory, not one whit for worldly pleasure, dead indeed to it, true friend and tender husband, slave who never faltered, foe of the haughty, base, soul ever free, even when, in shackles bound, resigned, he stooped to labors of the vilest kind, to tyrants he...
Wow, that was a powerful rendition of that poem by Jill Sharon Kimmelman, and then we had ZM Wise with a portion of the Haitiade. We have Elizabeth Ogumandede here with us. She's the mentor of our previous viewer, of our guest, Amirat. If you can unmute yourself and introduce yourself a little bit, and maybe tell us about your relationship with Amirat while we're on the program here. Can't hear you. Think we're having some connection issues with your side. Okay, there you go. You're unmuted now.
Hi,
Hello, nice to see you again.
I'm so pleased to be here today. Thank you,
Wonderful.
Mr. Dustin, for this wonderful opportunity.
So tell us a little bit about your
I am
mentoring
Elizabeth.
Right. So you're mentoring Amirat right now. And so I'm curious how that relationship developed and and what you both have gotten from it.
Okay. Well, being a product of many mentors in the literary community, I have a very amazing mentor by name Jill Sharon Kimmelman, which you may all know. And I have more amazing mentors like Anita Please, Zan Jones, Safra Ahmed, and to mention a few anyway. Well, my dad is my first mentor, the greatest supporter I have. And I've learned a lot from all my mentors, and I feel that it is necessary that I pass across every lesson learned to
Mhm.
any young one who is ready to learn. And I've known Amirat for a while now as family friends, and she's such a talented girl, and I really wish to impact on her. And she was also open-minded, and she took to many lessons which I taught her, and soon we developed our mentorship and a protege mentor and protege relationship. So over time, I introduced Amira to poetry, and she really loved poetry. She was so in love with poetry because she read beautiful works written by Anit Tapley, Safra Ahmed, Jill Sharon Kimmelman, and many other, Zan Jones, yes, and some other poets in the literary community. And she loved these poems. Then I suggested to her that she could begin poetry recitation, which gained her love and support from the community. And this helped her to develop her confidence and her love for poetry. Soon enough, we ventured into poetry writing, and she began to show her potentials through the writing of poetry. So it's such a pleasure that the World Incas Network granted her this interview because it's going to really help her build her confidence and her literary determination. Thank you very much, Mr. Dustin.
Well, she's back with us. We lost her briefly from the network. And so, Amarat, would you like to read us some of your wonderful works?
Okay. I would like the title of the poem that I would like to recite to you is The Beautiful Morning. Birds fly high through the sky. They have wings with beautiful colors. Their lovely tweets makes beautiful mornings on the tip of the eyes of the trees. And I bless God for their sweet voices that I love.
Beautiful. Would you like to share another with us? Another poem?
Yes, bright of the day, when I wake up to the brightness of each morning, it feels like a new evolution. It gladdens my heart to hear the crow of a cock that indicates the beginning of a new dawn. The brilliant blue of the early morning sky calms my heart and gives me hope for a better day. I rush out of bed every morning in preparation of the day's activities whenever the bell on the eye tower jingles. The blossom of the flowers in the garden elevates my spirit and brightens my heart.
Beautiful, descriptive, and hopeful. Wonderful to hear that poem. Do you have another one you would like to share?
Um, yes, a golden spoon. While growing up, I often ate with a rubber spoon, believing that it was the peak of my life. But suddenly, in the journey of life, I beheld an angel in the likeness of a human, who made me realize there is a golden spoon awaiting my usage. I looked up to the sky and spoke to the clouds, saying, Dear God, let this golden spoon soon be mine. That's
Hmm.
all that I would like to say.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing those poems. So, Elizabeth, would you like to comment on her poetry? Would you like to share your thoughts?
Yes, thank you very much for this opportunity. And I must say, Amirat, you did a wonderful job, and it has been a very amazing experience for me to be your mentor because you are very potential field, and I only have to do a little work for you to, blow people away with your wonderful works. Well, your poetry is really amazing, I must say, and even from your first writing, yes, when we started poetry, you depicted a high sense of imagination and creativity, which every writer or a poet needs as a literary personnel. And I really commend that. So over time, I guess you worked more on your use of literary words, and your poetic license got better. So thank you very much for sharing your amazing works. I loved every bit of them.
Well, thank you both for being on the program today. If and, Amarat, would you like to say anything about Elizabeth or her poetry or her writing, or anything in particular you'd like to say regarding mentorship and your relationship with her? I think maybe there was another network glitch, but can you hear me okay? Can both of you hear me?
I can hear you, Mr. Dustin.
Can you hear me, Amarat? I think we lost her.
Yes,
Oh, there you are. Okay. Would you like to share your thoughts on what Elizabeth said about your poetry?
okay. Well, she has been an amazing mentor to me, and I really appreciate her for every single thing that she has done for me up to now.
Hmm.
She has made me develop my skills, and all thanks to her, I'm where I am today.
Wonderful. We have her back again. A little bit of a technical glitch going on, but I think we're good. I think it's been a really wonderful program with the two of you guys on, talking about your friendship and your relationship and your poetry, and sharing this wonderful experience of two very young people who are sharing each other's thoughts on this program about poetry and what it means to mentor another person. I look forward to seeing more work from the two of you guys in the future, and being on the program again, maybe in the not too distant future, and seeing what you guys can share with us, and 5-10 years from now, and see what the world will be like then. So it'll be wonderful to hear from you again another time, and it's been really pleasant talking with you. We're closing in on our time, but unless you guys want to say anything, like share any thank yous, any advice for fellow writers, you appreciate anything you want to
Yes,
say. Okay, go ahead. Are you still there?
yes. I want to children. I want them to discover their potentials in them, work on it, and become a better person in future. They should not allow their age to limit them from achieving their goals. Though they may be little, but they should believe that they can do something big. And I also want to appreciate World Inkers Network for this lovely chat moment. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Elizabeth, would you like to say anything in the
Of
end here?
course. Thank you very much, Mr. Dustin Pickering. And I say a big thank you to World Inkers Network for this opportunity because it means a lot to me. I want Amirat to I want Amirat to display her potentials in the literary world, and I want her to go far in her writing. And this is a big start for her. So thank you very much, because I know that very soon Amirat will start managing and mentoring others if she goes on in her literary journey. And also, she will be an encouragement to other writers. I encourage other young people out there like Amirat to take to their talents, to their potentials, and seek people who can encourage them and support them to achieving their goals. And I say a big thank you to the authors and poets, writers in the literary community. I say thank you to Zan Jones, Anita Plee, Safra Zamed, Jill Sharon Kimmelman, Maria Evelyn Kula Solita, and all other writers who have celebrated and supported Amirat Ayomide Ali in her journey so far. Thank you very much for your love.
And thank you for being on the program. It's been wonderful to have the two of you discussing yourselves with us. And thank you so much. And I hope you guys have a wonderful continued literary friendship and continue to share your work. So thank you so much for being on the program today. You've been watching World Inkers Network. Please subscribe to our channel. And if you have not heard, you can donate to us at this wonderful segment here on this little banner that's about to come up. You can donate to us at paypal.me/nyparrot. That's our donation handle. Anybody out there can donate. If you're watching today, if you want to subscribe to our channel, you can do that for no cost at all. You can buy some of the books we publish at World Inkers Network and Printing and Publishing. And if you want to join us on the program, you can get in contact with me at publication.worldinkers@gmail.com. And this will be a wonderful opportunity to share your thoughts on literature and art, the art of creativity. So we'll have you on the program. You just send me a headshot, a bio, and we'll be in touch with you shortly after to find an appropriate date. We do this on Tuesdays and we do this on Saturdays. And so just be in touch with me. Whenever you want to be on the program, let me know, and I'll schedule a good date for you. So without further ado, thanks for joining us on the program, the two of you wonderful human beings, and I wish you the best. And I will be getting off on this program here in just a second once I pull up our jingle. So wonderful having you guys, and wonderful to thank you to our viewers. Have a wonderful afternoon or a wonderful evening, whatever time it may be in your location of the world, and get to writing. Be sure to write something today, guys. Everybody out there, do some good writing, do some good thinking, research, anything you would, whatever you're doing. Get in touch with us on this program as a guest writer. Contact us, definitely for sure. Thank you so much for being on the program today. Goodbye.
Listen to the people. Listen to humanity. Listen to the Parrot. Parrot TV.